The 60 Minutes interview was a great chance to hear Harry and Meghan's story in case you missed their 2-hour sit-down with Oprah or their 6-part Netflix documentary.
Meghan Markle just scored herself a title she never wanted, the most hated celebrity of 2025. Can you believe that?
President Trump also announced a new trade deal with the UK that will reopen British markets for American companies. All that Britain demands in return is that we keep these two.
No! No! I refuse! I'm sick of it!
The woman who went from a simple TV actress to a royal duchess somehow managed to make the entire entertainment world turn against her.
Like, my life was so hard. Everybody's life is hard.
Yeah,
you were
true.
the prince of
That's
a
true.
goddamn country who dressed up as a Nazi, and now you're trying to come back as the Pope? Suck it.
Now for the tricky part. Place in microwave. What is microwave? I don't think we have any of that.
Every comedian, every late-night host, every satirist, everyone's taking turns roasting her, and let's be honest, she brought it on herself.
It's a microwave, silly.
Don't talk to me like that, you bitch! I'm a fucking duchess! Ugh! Ugh! Shake that off!
Oh!
Today we're breaking down every celebrity who helped Meghan earn that unwanted crown. And it all starts with the man who said what everyone was thinking but didn't dare to say out loud, Chris Rock.
Gone on Oprah, I didn't know. I had no idea how racist they were. It's the royal family. You didn't Google these motherfuckers?
He didn't just tease Meghan, he tore apart her whole victim act in a few minutes flat. Chris pointed out the obvious. The woman married into a centuries-old monarchy and then acted shocked that there were issues.
What the f is she talking about? She didn't know. The fuck? It's the royal family. They're the original racists.
He compared it to joining the mafia and being upset that crime exists, and people couldn't stop laughing.
That's like marrying into the Budweiser family and going, they drink a lot. This motherfucker's invested in slavery like it was Shark Tank.
Then came the infamous baby skin tone scandal, the moment that had headlines screaming worldwide. But Chris didn't buy the dramatics for a second. He exposed how a casual question got twisted into a massive victim narrative, calling it exactly what it was: manufactured drama. Once he proved you could say it out loud, the floodgates opened.
So racist, they wanted to know how brown the baby's gonna be. I'm like, that's not racist. Cause even black people wanna know how brown the baby gonna be. Shit.
After Chris, the next big voice stepped up, Colin Jost. His take was sharp, savage, and funny as hell.
President Trump also announced a new trade deal with the UK that will reopen British markets for American companies. All that Britain demands in return is that we keep these two.
He was one of the first to call Meghan out on live TV, setting the tone for what was about to become the biggest celebrity roast of the year. At this point, let's be real. Nobody wants them anymore. America doesn't want them, and Britain sure doesn't want them back.
Elon built electric cars, he's going to Mars. Why is he even involving himself with Twitter? It would be like if the Prince of England gave it all up just to marry an actor from Suits.
Meghan and Harry are stuck in this awkward limbo, floating between fame and rejection, with nowhere left to go. Harry gave up everything for someone who was barely known before he showed up. That marriage didn't elevate him. It wrecked the little relevance he had left.
NBC has announced plans for a spin-off to the hit series Suits. It will focus on Meghan Markle's character's struggle to balance her legal career while also caring for an unemployed immigrant.
When Saturday Night Live turns your life into a sitcom, you're no longer royal, you're a national punchline. Then came the Golden Globes, where Joe Coy wasted zero time before roasting them on live TV.
Just a great series about a rich, white, dysfunctional family, all scheming. Oh no, that's The Crown. That's The Crown. I'm sorry.
He summed up their whole existence in one brutal line. They're the rich, white, dysfunctional family, just without the interesting storylines. The crowd exploded with laughter.
How great was Imelda Staunton in The Crown? Wasn't she amazing? Her portrayal of the Queen was so good, Prince Harry called her for it and asked her for money.
Even their massive Netflix deal became a joke. Millions of dollars for content nobody asked for, and nobody can even explain.
Turns out Prince Harry and Meghan Markle will still get paid millions of dollars for doing absolutely nothing. And that's just by Netflix.
But it didn't stop there, because Jimmy Kimmel stepped in next and went right for their biggest excuse. claiming they fled to America to escape racism. He called it out as one of the dumbest explanations ever, and the audience loved it. And when Harry's memoir dropped, Kimmel didn't hold back. He turned that 600-page pity party into comedy gold, calling it what it was: a spoiled royal whining about privilege while cashing in on family drama.
Harry said racism was a big part of their decision to leave, which you know things are bad at Buckingham Palace if they came to America to get away from racism.
Jimmy Fallon then kept the fire burning, mocking Meghan's bizarre pretzel bag content.
Prince Harry, whose memoir just broke the Guinness record for fastest-selling non-fiction book of all time, the story of Prince Harold and his frozen yogurt slinger, is so popular, they're now releasing a version for kids. I don't know if you know about this. It's a twist on The Princess and the Pea. It's called The Prince and the Penis, and it's,
The definition of out-of-touch luxury nonsense. But the real sign of desperation came after that. The Oprah interview wasn't enough. The Netflix series wasn't enough.
Why does Meghan Markle make her own pretzel bags? They don't know why.
That's interesting. She takes it from one bag and puts it in another bag.
There's another bag.
And that confuses people.
Even 60 Minutes couldn't save them. Then Stephen Colbert jumped in, and the pile-on officially became unstoppable.
The 60 Minutes interview was a great chance to hear Harry and Meghan's story, in case you missed their 2-hour sit-down with Oprah or their 6-part Netflix documentary.
It's still one of the biggest mysteries out there. How did Meghan and Harry turn their royal fairy tale into a PR nightmare?
Meghan Markle has finally revealed why she and Prince Harry call each other M and H.
And he'll say M and you'll say H and your friends say M and it just is a thing.
It's a thing.
And do you both love it?
Yes, and I like nicknames a lot.
What could it be? A mystery for the ages.
Calling each other H and M like they're some kind of Hollywood power couple brand was just embarrassing. The nicknames felt so fake, so painfully forced, trying to seem relatable while living lives most people can't even imagine.
I know some people are disappointed by the name Archie, but there's one person who's super excited, the Queen. Yeah, because you know for the last 9 months, she's been like, please don't be Jim.
But Trevor Noah took a different angle at first. He actually defended Meghan, cracking jokes at the royal family's expense and calling out their obvious dysfunctions. He wasn't attacking Meghan yet. He was giving her a fair shot, seeing her as a victim of royal pressure. But then he saw the bigger picture.
Queen summoned everyone to a private meeting. Everyone attended except Meghan Markle. And I'll be honest, I don't blame Meghan for not going, because nothing good happens when white people invite you to the countryside. We've all seen Get Out. We know how this shit ends.
Watching Harry awkwardly network at movie premieres, pitching his wife to Disney executives for voiceover gigs, Trevor realized what was really happening. Royal marriages used to change history, unite empires, and shift global power.
Prince Harry really did that. At a movie premiere last year, he asked the CEO of Disney to hook his wife up with voiceovers.
Now, it's reduced to begging Bob Iger for a Lion King cameo. That's when Trevor switched sides, from defender to critic.
You gotta admit, the monarchy has fallen off, right? No, because back in the day, it used to be like, if you marry my daughter, I'll give you Burgundy.
The downgrade from empire building to Hollywood hustle was too obvious, and Trevor made sure the world noticed. But while American comedians mocked them with humor, the British wanted revenge. Jimmy Carr went straight for the contradiction everyone saw, but Meghan pretended didn't exist.
And now it's like, my wife actually does a pretty good Timon. You should hear her. Come on, baby, do the thing. Hakuna Matata, do the thing.
She built her brand on feminism, only to drop it all the moment a prince came calling. The hypocrisy wrote itself. And Harry? His past doesn't vanish just because he wishes it would. That infamous costume will always follow him.
I said Meghan Markle is, of course, a lifelong feminist, which she's demonstrated by marrying a prince and giving up her job.
Meanwhile, Meghan's luxury lifestyle was funded by taxpayer money, all while she claimed to be suffering. British audiences were done with it. Then Simon Brown tried to give them another chance by watching their Netflix doc. Big mistake.
The royal family, right, if you can imagine, they're like our Kardashian. Prince Harry is very much our Kanye. He occasionally dresses as a Nazi, and he f***ed up.
It didn't just bore people. It made neutral viewers actively dislike them. What started as legitimate criticism turned into a cringe-filled performance nobody asked for.
Harry and Meghan say they'd now like to split their time between spending your money in the UK and spending your money in Canada.
Harry's dramatic storytelling was so unbearable, it actually made the stiffest royals look sympathetic. And that's saying something.
I watched the Harry and Meghan Netflix documentary. Now, I'll be honest with you, before I watched it, I was not a fan of theirs. But now I've actually heard their side of the story, I hate them.
Royal protocol isn't rocket science. You're dating the Queen's grandson. Maybe learn a few basics before the wedding.
They started off and they're making interesting points about racism and misogyny. Then they start calling each other H and M, and I just thought, oh, do f*** off.
And when Kelly Osbourne joined the conversation, she didn't hold back. She destroyed their victim act in seconds, saying,
Harry starts describing this one date with Meghan as the night, let me quote you here, me and M pulled the pin on a fun grenade. I actually started rooting for Prince Andrew.
Everyone's got problems. Whining about yours from a mansion isn't relatable. Exactly.
Harry says, how do you explain to someone who just started dating that they have to curtsy to your own grandmother?
How do you explain that you bow to your grandmother and that you will need to curtsy, especially to an American? Like, that's weird.
And I'm thinking, maybe just tell her that your grandmother is the f***ing queen.
PR spin can't erase the past. The photos exist, the clips are forever, and the internet never forgets.
Yeah, they were very worried about their safety, which I get that aspect of things after 6 episodes. I wanted to attack them.
The British comedians took this personally. It wasn't just jokes anymore. It was full-on fury.
Harry's a twat. He's a whining, whinging, complaining, woe is me, I'm the only one that's ever had mental problems.
They couldn't believe Meghan and Harry trashed the royal institution, kept their titles, then fled across the world to play the victim. But a few comedians went beyond roasting and actually diagnosed what the real problem was, starting with Bill Maher.
Like, my life was so hard. Everybody's life is hard.
Yeah,
you were
true.
the prince of
That's
a
true.
goddamn country who dressed up as a Nazi, and now you're trying to come back as the Pope? Suck it.
He tore into their hypocrisy with surgical precision, writing a book about not wanting attention, then doing an entire press tour to promote that book. The contradiction was comedy gold.
They want it both ways. You know, you can't be, these people were so mean to us and poor us, and we don't want all this attention, and then let me write a book about how much we don't want attention.
Bill said it best. Dignity comes from silence, something Harry and Meghan clearly never learned. Complaining about how hard life is while living in a Montecito mansion, that's privilege on autopilot.
Just strike me as creatures of that generation. You know, you're just fragile. Just take a hint from the Queen, the recently departed.
Never complain, never explain, and rarely be
Just-
heard speaking in public.
And honestly, most people agreed with him. Nobody's bending the knee to Meghan's self-pity just because she demands it.
You're complaining about your hard life, and you're so privileged. It's just so weird.
It's ridiculous. I totally agree.
But then Nikki Glaser came in with pure heat. She didn't just roast Meghan, she read her like a book.
And I will not bend the knee and just go along with the nonsense. That's what's so annoying about them. The most of all, they insist that you go along with their nonsense and their insanity and their fragility.
Nikki said Meghan found the one man who could make her more famous than any acting role ever could. And mission accomplished, because without Harry, she'd be fighting for roses on a reality show.
She wants to be famous. She found the guy to make her the most famous in the world, and now she's over there and she's like, oh, this isn't what I thought
What's
it
the
was.
point of being famous in a castle every day?
Then came Conan O'Brien, who turned their wax figures into a recurring joke. He didn't even need the real couple. The wax versions were enough to make people laugh.
Now, I was curious what they did with Harry and Meghan's wax figures, so I found the museum employee who's temporarily storing them.
Conan kept going, mocking Meghan's failed jam business, a luxury product line nobody asked for.
If she didn't marry him, she would be on The Bachelor this season, fighting for Prince. She would be Meghan M. from Sherman Oaks barista. She's just not lucky.
Selling overpriced jam while preaching about relatability, that's peak delusion.
Oliver, you have generously offered to keep the wax figures of Harry and Meghan safe.
Yeah, that's correct. And if I may, I would just like to say that I'm definitely not using the wax figures for sex stuff.
Even John Oliver, one of the most careful and balanced voices in comedy, couldn't resist jumping in. When someone as measured as John Oliver roasts you, that's not comedy. That's a diagnosis.
They are in a loving home, and I treat them better than the museum ever did. They didn't appreciate Meghan's soft hands or Harry's supple lip.
He basically confirmed what everyone was already thinking. Meghan isn't misunderstood, she's just fundamentally incapable of change.
Yes. And he's like, no, I really am a middleman for jars of jam.
He works for Meghan Markle.
Yes.
Really tiny jams, harvestable jams.
Yes, exactly.
Made from the oils of Montecito.
And if that wasn't enough humiliation, the internet finished the job. South Park saw the hypocrisy and turned it into a full episode.
I don't think they will change because I don't think they have the capacity to, but they obviously should.
They turned Harry's memoir into a literal children's story about whining and self-pity.
So let me start with you, Sam. You've lived a life with the royal family, you've had everything handed to you, but you say your life has been hard, and now you've written all about it in your new book, When?
The message couldn't be clearer. They keep claiming they want privacy and normalcy, yet chase every single camera they can find. The setup was perfect.
We just want to be normal people. All this attention is so hard. Isn't it true, sir, that your questionable wife has her own TV show and hangs out with celebrities and does fashion magazines?
And the world laughed hard. The contradiction became impossible to ignore. Privacy, they said, while doing magazine covers, Netflix shows, and talk show tours. South Park didn't waste a second calling out the nonsense. A worldwide press tour for privacy. You couldn't make that up if you tried. The irony wrote itself, and South Park made sure the entire world saw it play out in animated perfection.
What are you suggesting? Well, I just think some people might say that your Instagram-loving wife actually doesn't want her privacy. How dare you, sir? My Instagram-loving wife has always wanted her privacy!
They mocked the couple for saying, "We just want to be normal," while literally filming their search for normalcy. It was peak delusion, zero self-awareness, maximum hypocrisy. But the animated roasting didn't stop there, because right after South Park finished, Family Guy jumped right in. Then came the biggest punchline of all.
To hell with Canada! We are leaving! We'll go find some quiet place where we can be normal people! Come on, wife! We want privacy! We want privacy!
Netflix's multi-million-dollar deal that no one can even describe. Millions spent on projects that never made sense, never connected, and definitely never went viral. The whole deal became an industry-wide joke. They went from royal duties to posting half-hearted sponsored ads for random brands no one's ever heard of.
This town, there's just something about it. Oh, darling, I think this might be the place. It's so quiet and empty here. If we moved here, then people would think we're really serious about wanting to be normal.
Harry's regret started sounding like a bedtime story written for sympathy clicks. Pure fiction dressed up as pain. It was almost poetic in how fake it felt. But then things got darker. The British show Spitting Image released one of the most savage Meghan takedowns ever aired, and suddenly it disappeared.
I'm Megan Sussex, and I'm a good person. And I'm meeting another good person today, the wonderful Ariana Grande.
Oh my God, Megan, you're such a good person.
Yes, that's why I'm going to talk to you like you're an idiot.
Rumors said legal pressure forced them to remove the clips, but not before fans caught what they tried to erase. The puppets opened with Meghan's fake good person act, talking down to everyone while pretending to be humble. The smug tone was the point. They mocked her Netflix show, showing soul food that turned out to be a bag of chips with a flower stuck on top, taking ordinary things, rebranding them as luxury, and calling it wisdom.
I'm preparing my guests some soul food that my British husband calls a packet of crisps. Can be a tricky dish to master, especially when a packet is being a fucking... Oh my God, you've been knocked down by the crisps. So vulnerable. I love it.
I'm just down here holding space.
And now, the finishing touches. A flower.
That's Meghan's entire business model. Teaching people how to breathe, selling mindfulness as a product, sticking flowers on toast and calling it love. It was the perfect parody of her influencer royal hybrid act. And the most shocking part, one deleted scene even showed Meghan's puppet controlling Harry like a ventriloquist, the mask slipping in real time. Someone powerful clearly didn't want that staying online, living their Oprah moment while crying for privacy. Close enough to celebrities for attention, far enough from paparazzi to seem deep.
Like and subscribe to learn how to breathe, how as a finishing touch sticking flowers on anything means you made it with love, and I share the secret to a happy marriage. Fuck's sake, H! Don't make me get the electric color out!
Sorry, love. I think my arms...
But the truth's out now. Their entire brand runs on hypocrisy, and no cartoon needed to exaggerate it. Every single scene showed the same chilling message, Harry being controlled while Meghan quietly built her empire. The puppets didn't need dialogue. The visuals said it all. That power imbalance hit harder than any tabloid headline ever could. Spitting Image nailed it. Pure satirical brilliance.
Now for the tricky part. Place in microwave. What is microwave? I don't think we have any of that. Harry? Do we have any microwave?
It's a microwave, silly.
Don't talk to me like that, you bitch! I'm a fucking duchess! Shake that off!
Oh!
Seeing their work get silenced was honestly shocking. Nothing's confirmed, but let's be real. It wouldn't be surprising if Meghan had a hand in it. They reportedly tried pulling the same stunt with South Park, but that backfired spectacularly.
In California, we're just a regular couple living close to Oprah and far from the paparazzi.
Ooh.
But not too far.
The show was too big to intimidate, but spitting image? Easier to pressure, easier to erase? And just like that, everything vanished. Of course, trying to hide it only made people more curious to see what was being buried.
The best thing is, no more following Granny's rules. Don't wear your pants on your head, Harry. Don't barf on the butler, Harry. If I want to play polo in my living room, who's gonna stop me?
Stop that!
Right away, Meg.
And that's why these moments matter. These weren't just jokes, they were public takedowns that exposed a pattern. So those were some of my favorite clips of celebrities absolutely destroying Meghan Markle on live TV. I'm sure I missed a few. Drop a comment below and tell me who should be next. Do you think the roasting was fair or did it cross the line? Let me know, and make sure to subscribe for more wild celebrity drama.